So it would appear Huawei has done it again. I say this because they have a Mate XTs coming out in the very near future.
Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
If you remember, the Mate XT was the first commercially available trifold phone on the market. It wasn't released in North America, unfortunately, but if you had the money, you could easily import it from any of the countries where it was available. It came out first in China because that's where Huawei is based, but then they did have a global version of the phone that you could buy in Europe and those areas there. It was also on eBay and such if you had the money for it. Huge markup. But that aside, not even a year after the fact, they have found a way to make the device more compact and, from what I've read, less expensive. Now, what caught my eye immediately was the fact it comes in purple now. It comes in purple. And once you have a phone in purple, you automatically garner my interest. It's not even a joke. There's something probably wrong with me. It's purple, I'm there. Last phone that was purple that had me this excited was the Honor Magic V2, and I'm currently recording this quick vid on my purple Honor Magic V2. That's how serious it is. Now, it does come with other colors as well. There's a white with gold, there's a black with gold, and then the traditional, at least to me, the traditional red with gold. But in all honesty, we don't care about those colors. We care about the purple. Purple is all that matters. The device comes in purple, and that is what we will focus on. Now, the second thing that caught my attention, and they made sure to focus on this in their teaser vids, it has Stylus input. I wasn't aware that the first Mate XT did not have Stylus input until I saw that the Mate XTs did. And I thought to myself, why are they trying to focus on this particular accessory and feature if it was already there? Alas, it was not. So now, if you are thinking like me, wow, you have a phone that can trifold, and you now have a pen or stylus access to it, that is very much like those old Asian movies where they would unroll a scroll and write down whatever document on that scroll with their feathered ink pen. Very cool. Extremely so. Not only does it have stylus support, but the stylus seems to have some type of air gestures, or dare I say it, Bluetooth functionality. Something that is surprisingly missing from Samsung's last foray into the foldable phone space. Huawei was able to do it with this phone with whatever magic Huawei knows, and it seems to be very akin to what the S Pen can do. You can move stuff, you can start videos, play vids, use it as a laser pointer. A lot of little neat features that with a large phone like this, let's say you're doing a presentation or maybe a movie night with family and friends, the pen could be used as the controller for that, so you could be at range like I currently do with my Tab S10 Ultra and control what is on my screen without issue. So when Samsung says, oh, we have to remove this and do that to get the phone as thin as it is, and take away S Pen functionality in its entirety, I say BS because here again we have a Chinese brand doing just that and then some. Maybe it's because the Travel has that much more space to play with. That is a possibility. I'm not an engineer in any way, shape, or form, but I do call BS on Samsung regardless, because I know it is possible to keep S Pen functionality with every device that they have, and there's nothing anyone can say to tell me otherwise, especially in instances like this when a Chinese manufacturer adds S Pen functionality to a device that didn't previously have it. And not just the S Pen part, but the Bluetooth functionality as well. Now, as important as the S Pen or the Stylus pen is with this device, Huawei also showed off two other accessories which to me are just as useful. One maybe even more so. The first one that they showed was this folding keyboard. Now, in all truth, there's nothing particularly special about a folding keyboard. We have them in abundance. They're small. You can put them in your bag, your pocket, wherever it is. And when you need a keyboard for whatever task you may be doing, take it out, unfold it, and you're good to go. But this one in particular was pretty thin. It was a bifold type keyboard, so very low profile. The keys were surprisingly in English, which I thought was kind of odd, being that it's a Chinese device. Maybe that keyboard is meant for a global rollout, though the phone, I'm not so sure. But what made the keyboard stand out was beneath the keys was a touchpad. Now, I've seen this before with the Blackberries of old. You could rub your finger over the keys for a mouse trackpad and move the cursor that way. This keyboard had the exact same feature built in. So with that keyboard, you didn't need an actual mouse. You could just swipe your fingers and move the cursor wherever you did need it to go. You could zoom in on pictures as they did show. It was actually really, really cool. The keyboard did come in two colors, these two that they showed, a white one for the white phone and a red one for the red phone. One can only hope there is a purple one as well. Again, we don't care about the other colors, just the purple one. Please let there be a purple keyboard. Now, the next accessory that they showed off was a very nice case. And in this case, no pun intended, it's purple. Now, the case wraps around the back of the phone and allows the two hinges of the phone to fold over on each other without any hindrance whatsoever. Then, once the phone is in its closed state, there's a smart flap that goes over the front screen, or I guess that would be the left side of the folded screen, to protect it from the elements, as they say. Nice. Then, which was kind of a surprise to me, there was a side flap that went over the other side of the screen. So all of the complaints that, when the phone is closed, it's not protected. Every side of the phone, somewhere, the softer screen is exposed. With this case, that is no longer the case. So I think it's a very smart design for it. It covers the front, the side, the frame of the phone covers the top and the bottom. And once it's closed, your phone is more or less as protected as it could be. Now, another feature that I found actually pretty cool was a PC-like experience built into the phone itself. Now, if you've ever used DeX or any of Samsung's larger tablets and entered into the DeX mode, you'll have an idea of what this is. You're able to open up your apps in smaller windows, just like your PC or your Mac, and move them around as you need. Multiple windows usually means you can be that much more productive because you have everything you need opened at once. Such a large screen begs to be used as a monitor for whatever productivity you are doing. And they have given you the option and the accessories to do just that. So I was impressed with what Huawei showed today. They showed a very well thought out phone. It's more of a software upgrade if you don't count the new colors of the device. They are leaning heavily into the one device to rule them all category, which with a device like this makes perfect sense. It can be a tab or a singular slab phone. It could be a regular, quote unquote, mini tablet, folded phone, or a larger tablet. And in that large tablet state, you have access to its PC-esque features once you go into that multi-window option that it does have. So yeah, Huawei Mate XTs. I am impressed, as I knew I would be, but even more so with all of the really smart features and accessories that they decide to include with this device. So with that said, my name is NG, the Neon X, and trying to plan how I'm going to get hold of a purple Mate XTs. This is what I'm into.